Let's have a look at the news components of our chalk page. We'll look at the differences between a shared and local news component, how we attach a featured image or make our news priority, and most importantly, the setup of news, including the publishing and expiry dates. So you'll see on this particular chalk page there are two news components. Now, this news component, anything that is posted on here will go to all classes that are part of this component. So this is great. Anything that's posted here will go to all biology students, whether they're in this class or not. A great feature, if you want to post news to all Year 7 maths students or all Year 7 English or geography students, where you would have 5 or 6 different classes. Anything, however, posted in this news component is only going to go to students who are members of this class. Just to show you how that operates, if I unlock the settings cog, you'll see here that this news component is getting its information. It's drawing from the Year 12 Biology news feed. Now, if we have a look at how that's set up in resources, we have a shared news feed for every subject and year level in the science pages, and all subjects should have a shared news feed. So this shared news feed component will send news that's printed to every Year 7 science class and every Year 7 student. Same for Year 8, Year 9, and here we've broken them up into science, chemistry and physics, but by Year 11 and Year 12. So ensure that you do have a shared news component on your class page. And this one here, when we post news, this is only going to go to this particular class. Let's have a look as ever, unlock it. There's the settings, and we can see that this is drawing its information only from this local, which is this particular page. To post a news component, click on the box. I'm going to put a title. The title should be relevant to the information in the news. Here is where I'll type in the news. Now, for example, if I was not going to be in class one day, I could type up all the work that I want students to do during that lesson. A featured image, I'll show you what this looks like in a moment. We can also attach a file if need be. This is the group that is going to receive this news. Priority news. Now, if I open this particular piece of news will go right to the top of the student's news feed. I can assign it to different topics. Now, this is important, the publishing dates. So I can select the date on which that news will be published and visible to students. I can select any date I like and any time I like. Now, it will appear on my chalk page as soon as I create the news, but it will not be visible to students until the publish date is reached. The expiry date here is also really important. You don't want a chalk page where students have to scroll down through endless lists of news items because the expiry date is too far in the future. As soon as the news is no longer relevant, then it should disappear from their page. Now, it won't disappear totally. It's still available to be viewed in the archive. So you can still see news that you published throughout at any particular time by viewing in the news archive. Let's have a look at a couple of those features right now. All right. So here is to view the news archive. So if you do want to see news that's no longer appearing on a page, did I post it? When did I post it? By clicking on this news archive, we can see all the news that has been published going back for a long, long time. Anything that has been published on that page in the year 2021. Now, looking at a featured image and priority news, let's have a look. We're familiar with our own news feeds. Now, there's a quick shortcut to get back to your chalk page. Just click on the word chalk and we get back to our home pages ourselves. And this is our particular news feed. And these are examples of featured images. So certain subjects might have a featured image. Most of the sports do. And it draws students' attention. Remember, students are getting lots of information in their news feeds from every subject where news is posted and if they're members of any groups. So a featured image can be very useful to drag students' attention to a particular piece of news. And if it was priority news, if I turned that on, then it would appear right at the top of my chalk feed. So there you have it. That's the way that news operates.